and with that out of the way, I believe we are now ready to start our next run, which would be Pseudoregalia 100% no out of bounds by Wollom.
Yo, yo, yo. On something's fixed, getting into Pseudoregalia with Wollom. This is 100%, so he's going to be doing a whole bunch of extra content, not just skipping straight to the boss and killing it. We're going to be seeing a bunch of different upgrades, some collectibles, some time trials. It should be good fun. It's a free platformer for anyone who doesn't know what it is. There's a bunch of movement tech, which makes it very, very fun to play fast. And yeah, you play as a goat, rabbit, something? Goat, bunny thing.
Bueno, ni merde.
Hello. Am I good to go now? Okay. So, hi, I'm Wollom. I speedrun this game, as you probably guessed, and I'm with my commentary robot. I'm just going to start the countdown with not 6, not 6, not 7, go. Someone please tell me when I can say numbers again. So this is a 3D Metroidvania platformer with lots of movement abilities, lots of very broken movement abilities. The first thing we're going to get here is the Dreambreaker, which is just Sybil's melee attack. And the first thing that's sort of optimizing is hitting walls, so you want to hit it 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7 times. You don't want to hit it more than a number of times because then she'll start, there's like end lag. You guys have made this commentary really difficult. Basically you want to hit in this many times until the last time we hit this many times. Because the last time we'll add more time. I hate everything right now.
The little trick with there is a gainer, instead of just jumping normally, backwards and forwards again.
I can't hear my commentator very well. It's probably my fault actually, I should just turn it up.
But yeah, a little gainer gives you a little bit extra jump height, which is fine. A little bit of an optimization, but we'll be seeing it.
Yes, so this is like the most broken ability in the game, which is impressive for this game.
Sliding. The first one you can see, funny thing everywhere is by cancelling out slide, we can almost call it glide hop, which is run around a bunch of stuff. Finishing boss.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. You don't get anything from it. We can just jump over the trigger for the boss to appear and get the small key.
I don't know, it seems... What's the point in having the boss there if you're not going to do it in a 100% run?
It's a speed run, that's...
Oh, I don't know. It's all collectibles.
It's 100%.
dodging the question. Interesting. But the other thing, oh, am I actually coming through now?
I think you were very quiet before.
So one of the things Will has access to now with the slide is you can jump out of the slide by performing a gainer and get a massive jump out, which gives him both a massive height boost as well as quite a lot of speed coming out of it, which we've seen used extensively throughout.
That is so tragic. I forgot to mention that I will be donating a number of pounds that isn't 6 for every time I take damage. So that's going to be fun.
Racking them up early on, I see.
Yep. So what did we talk about? We talked about ultras and glide hops.
You believe so, yes.
There is also something else called a coyote strike jump. Anytime you see me do a melee attack and then a jump off of a ledge, I fail it like that. If you do a melee attack during the sort of coyote time when you're off of the ledge, you can then do a jump and get really fast speed off of any ledge. And it's probably my favorite movement tech in the game just because it was only found like, I think like 6 months ago. But before that we had to use glide hops like so much, and they're really difficult and really inconsistent to do. But anytime you're on a ledge, you can just do a coyote strike jump or a CSJ. And really removes the need to get really good at them, which is convenient for me because I suck at them. So you'll see me doing CSJs everywhere.
It's also worth saying with the ultras, you'll notice there is like an after effect, or what's the word? The blue sort of
trail.
streak trail. Thank you. That has a different color depending on how well it's performed. So if it's a golden, like orangey one, then it's done perfectly. I also think we're allowed to say numbers now because I think it was.
Thank goodness.
I believe that was enough time. But blue is the sort of more common one, but if he does do it perfectly, which I think for some tricks you do need a perfect one. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And you'll need a gold trail. So the power-up we just got there is a wall kick. This is very useful. We're also going to get some energy. I can't remember.
I'm gonna kill the eggs,
Kill the eggs.
cook them up later, and then we'll make some magic power fried eggs.
Benefit of that is one of the power-ups we got earlier will give civil bonus damage while they're at the max energy bar thing. So that lets us break doors faster, and I think it's mainly for the doors.
Yeah, it also gives us a bigger range on the attack, so that's useful for like hitting levers slightly further away. But it is mainly for opening doors. Like that breakable wall that I broke up on the balcony took 2 hits, but if I didn't have full magic, it would have taken 3. And there's a few things like that, they just add up over the run. Also just helps with killing enemies, and be especially helpful for the final boss at the end.
So a few times in the run, we'll be doing an intentional death like this to abuse the locations, just to save a little bit of time. That one is a convenient one, but there's a few where he's going to need to go out of his way slightly with the pathing to avoid the hitbox that changes where he'll respawn. He's also going to do some backwards wall kicks there, just to climb up a wall, which shouldn't really be possible. It's also worth mentioning the glide hops are a pain in the arse to actually set up, so later on he'll get an ability that means he doesn't need to do them anymore, which is always nice.
Lock in for this tower climb.
Nice. Oh, nice recovery.
If we get this nice and clean. Very nice. So this is a cling gem. It's like a wall raid ability. Looks like this. Right on a wall. You can jump off a wall and back on it 6 times before the game tells you to get off. And it's very useful for just general climbing, because you can very easily abuse it in corners to just scale up any wall, really.
And the major key you'll pick up at the top of the tower there is for actually completing the game. There are 5 keys dotted around the map. Once you get all 5, you can go back up to the tower, and a door will open where the princess is waiting to build. But of course, given this is 100%, we're going to be doing a lot more stuff on top of that.
So we haven't really talked about the time trials, but these were added in the map update. Some of them will just place a bunch of walls, so you can get them in any order you want. Some of them you have to get them in the order that they highlight themselves. This is probably the longest time trial in the game. It's also one of the hardest to learn, I would say. In general, the time trials are quite difficult if you're learning the category, because you have to do them as fast as they want you to, otherwise you can't finish the run. And now we have Solar Wind, so we can just jump out of a slide, and we don't have to glide hop anymore, which I'm very happy about. It also allows us to get a, if we do a perfect ultra, you'll see I get a gold trail instead of a blue one. It just goes higher, and it's very useful in a lot of spots.
Of course, you need to do the time trial in a good time, but Will's practiced this plenty, so he's also picking up a bunch of things during the time trial just to save on a little bit of time.
Just realised I forgot to put on the big pants. But last time I tried to change an outfit in the game, it crashed, so
I'm sure.
I'm not taking any chances.
So, part of the unlockables in this game are different costumes for Sybil, and the one that is referring to simply gives Sybil some big pants. It doesn't change anything, it just looks funny.
Just know that I'm a big pants enjoyer. And if you're not, that's fine. I just, think of you less as a person.
Oh, didn't realize it was that deep. Personally a fan of the Hatsune Miku.
The Hatsune Miku mod skin. Speaking of, I hope you guys get us to 2,000, because I want to meet Hatsune. Do you want to explain a bit more about how those reverse wall kicks work?
Yeah, so the way the wall kicks normally work is when you kick into a wall, it will bounce you off the wall sort of perpendicular to it, and keep all of the momentum that is parallel with the wall. However, by facing away from the wall, as you perform the kick and then moving into the wall, because the kick hitbox extends slightly backwards, you're actually able to kick backwards into the wall, which lets you set up another kick into the wall, and so you can start scaling up the walls. You do only have access to, I believe it's 3 kicks from the start, with some upgrades giving you more. So you can't just scale every wall with them, a bit like how the Cling only has 6 uses before it's not allowed anymore. But it's still very, very useful tech for any vertical movement.
I'm going to lock in for this
Okay.
trick. Hopefully I get it. It's pretty difficult. That's really unfortunate. I've been so good on that. So what I wanted to do was throw the breaker off of the... throw the breaker as I'm riding the wall, then kick it. Because Sybil can kick the Dream Breaker, and it has more application than you would think. It can hit levers, and specifically it will target enemies. So if you do that one in a particular way, you can make it target the enemy, go through the enemy, and hit the lever on the other side, and then you can just immediately drop yourself into the void and respawn up at the top where the gate opens. And it's really fast, and it looks really cool. But we'll see another point in the run to show off that tech.
One other thing you might have noticed is when going for a wall kick, we'll perform an attack. This is also to cancel the animation so he doesn't accidentally kick the wall, so he can instead go into a Cling and get some more horizontal distance. Also used just there, your gravity was a little bit lower than normal.
Yeah, so there's like this tech, I think we've dubbed them moon kicks. And, essentially you can, if you get low gravity, solar wind gets you low gravity for a short amount of time, you can chain kicks and keep low gravity and get really high. So this skip here. Is that fine? I think that's fine actually. Oh no.
Oh, that's not good.
Can she come back?
So the intention was to jump over the...
We might have soft-locked the game.
The intention was to jump over the trigger box so that we didn't have to do this fight. But miraculously, we've triggered the fight while locking the maid out of the room. So I don't think there's anything...
I might have another save I can go to. This is a big issue. That's never happened to me before. I don't really know what to do. I could just pick...
When was the last save?
I didn't save at all in that file.
You saved once, didn't you? 'Cause you got more health.
Oh, I saved in the library. Well, what I can do is I can get the... I can just ignore the collectibles I got along the way and just get the major upgrades.
I think that makes sense.
It does mean I might be able to show off this skip that I've never tried before.
Yeah, go for it.
So there is a faster way to get through the whole of the library. I think it's something like this. Yeah.
So once again, he skipped the respawn point trigger and utilized the old one he had right at the entrance. Very clean.
If I knew that that was possible, I would have saved before going into the fight, but I've never even considered that.
I didn't think she could trigger a fight until you had locked the gauge, so...
No, she's there. She can just come at you whenever. The trigger is for the gates appearing. So what I was trying to do was... What I was trying to do was... It was a skip that was found very recently. There's like a trigger box for gates locking you in, and then they don't go away until you kill the maid there. But you can just about jump over them with some abilities. That isn't marathon luck, I don't know what is.
I think they're just talking nobody explodes. Agree.
So it looks like we're going to be delaying the marathon even more. Didn't know it was possible in this run. I was very confident of getting under my estimate. But life happens.
Life happens. It's fine. You get to just see some fun tech. But we're not too far off back to where we were.
Yeah, I will skip a bunch of stuff I don't need to get. Means we might be a bit lower on health.
Oh, that's true. You won't have the full energy bar thing.
That is a good point. It's fine. I don't even know if I'm gonna need. I won't need this key anymore, probably.
Better safe than sorry, just in case.
But yeah.
Especially given there are absolutely no other keys you can get in this run because you're collecting all of them. Normally, aren't you, Will? For a 100% run. You wouldn't miss any collectibles, would you?
Personally, I would.
Personally, you would, in a 100% run, miss some collectibles. That doesn't sound very 100%.
It's apples and oranges. Yeah, you we don't get the oh, I didn't get the sunsetter. We don't collect all the small keys 100% because they're not all required. Like some of them just lead to shortcuts that don't do anything, and they don't appear in the menu, so you just have to do it. We never actually talked about Sunsetter, but it lets you do a plunge into the ground like this. But arguably more useful is the Sunsetter cancel, which if you start doing a plunge and then press the jump button, you can do a backflip, and you can chain this really well with kicks and other moves. I'll just do this. So you see I did like a kick, then a backflip, and then 2 reverse wall kicks, which is just fast the scale. I get another go at this trick at least.
Oh, true. That was the only reason you did the soft lock, just so we could witness you actually get this trick.
Yeah. Can't believe it.
Never lucky. Alright.
I'm donating a lot of money.
Oh, I stopped counting. Risking it again.
I really should have just hit lots of save crystals.
So,
Knowing this game.
in this game, saves only occur when you hit those crystals that you hit. A second ago in the hallway, they do give you all your health back, so if you're ever low on health, it's useful to just hit it. And they also let you get the weapon back, I can't remember the name. So, if you do a kick trick and you've lost your weapon, you can go to one of those and get it back at the cost of sitting in an animation for a few seconds.
There we go.
And that was the trick that we were meant to see a few minutes ago. But with this,
Is she invisible? What's going on?
we're now able to break these large green walls with a powered attack. And we are back on track for 100%.
Back on track for world record, I think.
You are meant to have another ability here in order to hit some switches on either side to draw a bridge across, but Will doesn't care about that, so he's just going to use movement tech to skip the gap and do everything himself.
Yeah, I never even did that on my casual playthrough. I didn't even know what to do there. Just janked my way through it.
It's a mandatory collectible for even for any percent, so not bother doing that one correctly is.
You can really just do. I mean, when I got there, I didn't have that item that you used there, so you can do anything in this game however you want.
You can even lock an mandatory enemy kill out of the room where you're meant to kill them.
But a lot of the run so far was kind of very similar to any percent run, but this is where it kind of diverges a bit more to places that you wouldn't see in any percent. You don't actually need this small key because I cheated, but it's on the route we're doing it. I should say a lot of these pickups that we're getting are not really that useful. Like this one, I don't even know what this does. What does it say? Move while slowly channeling a hill. We don't need to worry about that. Really cool strat here.
Nice. So instead of going all around the houses, you can just scale up the wall. It is somewhat precise, to say the least.
It's pretty difficult. Just a moon kick up that wall on the beam. Mess it up. A million ways to do that run, but that's how I like to do it. So this is a spot where you don't have to do it this way, but if you want to do this, you need to get gold ultras, which used to be very difficult, especially as I play on a controller. But there has sort of been a bit of a revolution with the controller players in this game lately, because if you want to get perfect ultras, you kind of need to press forwards and backwards almost instantaneously. But you can't really do that with a control stick on a controller because there's like travel time between stick movement. So we came up with this pretty botched control scheme where we use Steam input to connect, to bind a button on our controller to the S key on the keyboard. So we can just hold forward with the stick and then tap that button and get really good ultras. Where controller players were at a bit of a disadvantage until that happened, but it's kind of one of the coolest things to come up with. So in theatre we need to, there's the big keys in that big cage, we need to hit 3 levers. It's going to take a long time. That was very nice. And then we're coming up on the Soul Cutter ability, which is lets you shoot ranged attacks. But I kind of want to avoid doing that because if you hit something with the Soul Cutter, it uses your magic not actually relevant on this run now because I don't have any magic. But just pretend I do, and I'll do everything the cool way. So you're meant to like hit the levers from a distance there, but we just use cool to climb up the chutes. And then you're also meant to just hit that lever over there and the platform comes over, but I think I might have just messed that up. Weird moon kick. CSJ, cling on the wall, kick there, another cling, another kick, cling, then cling climb. Okay. Here is the Dreambreaker kick. And then the swag strap. Me going outside is not necessary there at all, but it looks really cool. So yeah, we specifically hit the lever there so that it faces towards the platform. So then you kick the breaker and it just goes straight in front of you and hits the lever through the wall. So that way we can get through all of that stuff. It's sort of meant to teach you how to use Soul Cutter, but you get through without it.
The downside to that strat though is you lose your weapon by kicking it, and normally that takes a few seconds at a respawn point to get back, but by performing it in Ultra and just sort of doing the animation while you're moving in the middle of the air means you actually lose basically no time from it.
Here's the final lever, and that is all the big keys got, but we still have quite a lot of things to get. I'm hoping this is enough for some more health, because I can't... Nope.
You'll be fine, just don't take any more damage.
This is the second longest time trial, maybe. I'm gonna just void out into this to respawn from here, which is like faster.
You can also see, as mentioned earlier, this one you do have to do in a particular order, so there's no sort of cheesing around. Finding an optimal, get this one, then that one, then that one, is purely on the pathing of what you're given.
We get classy. Best outfit that I'm not going to switch to because I don't want to crash the game. Because luck seems to be really against me today.
Yeah, it does seem that way. It would be nice to see the outfit on, but hey ho, I guess. You just have to play the game and see it yourself.
I'm going for the strat. This is very cool. Messed up.
Ah, that's right.
You can like just about land in here and then do an ultra out and it's extremely clean. Sort of entering the end game. We're back to the dungeon, the starting area of the game. And now we're so much more powerful. We're going to clean up everything here. There is a time trial in the starting room. Probably the one that I found the most difficult to learn. But I've become pretty good at it. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, you're asking for failure.
This and solar wind through that because the costume lands, the costume spawns on the cage, and as soon as you complete the time trial, the blocks disappear. So that way. gonna hit this wall once, because I'm gonna end up coming back and going through it. I should have considered some enemies that are along the path that I could get magic from.
Hey, oh, it'll be fine.
Maybe we should make a new category, softlock percent. If I just want a quick world record.
Yeah, quickest world record, just make the category up mid-run. Sure, that helps.
People have probably softlocked this game in faster ways. This game is functional would be generous. It's a very buggy game. I don't have full magic, so this takes more hits than I thought. This room is very dark, but a lot of people don't know is you can throw the Dreambreaker and it lights you up, making it a bit easier to see things. If you are really good. Oh, damn. Oh, that's not good. That's respawning me all the way over here. I'll throw that. If you're really good, you can do this whole thing in the dark, but especially on 100%, that's quite difficult to do because
People do like to see what they're doing.
it does run out after an amount of time. It's good for the initial section. So now we're in the underbelly again. The two things we got the big key at the start, the first time we entered, but it's very out of the way, and there's not really a clean way to get everything at underbelly in one go as far as we know. But now we have Ascendant Light, which lets you bounce off of enemies and certain objects, like these purple things here, and I'm just going to use it to farm some magic. I also don't have the abilities that give me more of a magic meter, but that would be helpful if we had it.
Quick little momentum fling there, just to skip waiting for the platform to go all the way.
So this is my least favorite part of the run, because you have to hit this lever, like that. And it looks to me like that should hit. There we go.
Hey.
You wouldn't believe how many times I have shot that, jumped down, and then it hasn't hit, because I just have no idea how it didn't hit, and then I lose like 20 seconds. I've just been traumatized into waiting to watch it go hit the lever, take the 3 seconds.
Time trial here, then a few more collectibles, and then I think we're getting close to the end, if my memory serves me right.
Yep.
We were meant to have seen the princess earlier, but we'll just skip that. So we'll only actually see the princess, who is the final boss, right at the end.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Princess, is it not a princess? The final boss?
What do you mean I was meant to see her earlier?
Well, you sort of skipped over a fight where they introduce her right at the start of the game.
She's not actually the one that you fight though.
Yeah, I know, but they introduce her.
We saw her.
Okay, sure. We got a glimpse of her.
We saw her for about as long as you would, probably longer actually, because she disappears when you trigger the fight. I'm going to avoid another checkpoint trigger here, hopefully. Sort of go around. Grab this. This is a 4th kick. Fortunately, it's the end of the run, so we don't really get much use out of it. Just going to He's in this corner here. And respawn back here.
Very nice.
Then get the second to last collectible, which is a health piece. I don't know if it's going to give us actual health HP or not. Fun fact, this game has, so like every 3 health pieces you get is a extra bit of HP, but the game has not a multiple of 3, it has 1 more. The Game Jam version also had that. So, don't know if it was a mistake or just a reference to the original version having a mistake. Or being unfinished or whatever. Back in the empty Bailey, just gonna go to the tower. Touch this little piece of floor right here because for some reason it puts your respawn point up there. Then, because we didn't open the tower, the gate at the bottom of the tower, we're gonna have to climb up this way, which can be quite tricky. We got it.
Nice.
Then we have the final time trial. Do you want to talk about the princess generally while I'm doing this?
Yeah, so the princess is a fight. It's done in 2 phases. The first phase, just pretty calm. Then once you get to about half HP, you hear the sound of like a clock breaking, and that's when she enters the second phase, which is mostly the same, just with sort of a harder moveset on all of the attacks. The way it works is she will dart around the room, stick in a location, and then perform one of her many attacks. In this time, there's not really any way to know where she's going to end up, so you'll see we're locking the camera on her to try and figure out where she's going, and then the moment she stops teleporting, you'll immediately go to try and attack. If you attack on some of the movesets, it will just cancel whatever she was trying to do. And it also gives her a little bit of downtime where Will can get a few more hits in instead of having to wait for the next rotation of whatever. Oh, no.
Which one did we miss?
It would be the one...
It was in the Bailey, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So we just skip that area.
Yeah, I had a feeling that we would have missed something. It's fine. At least it's the closest one.
Yeah, that is the saving grace.
Does this work?
I heard that.
I heard that. So, not too much of a detour, thankfully. But in any percent, the princess fight can take a while. In 100%, it's not nearly as long, thanks to all of the abilities we picked up along the way. Nice.
If you are just tuning in, I didn't forget that item. Well, I did. I didn't actually forget it. Because halfway through the run, I soft-locked somehow and had to reload a save and decided, okay, well, we don't want to waste time collecting things we've already collected unless they're necessary. But then I forgot that one.
It's fine, it was only an extra minute or so.
I bet someone who knows this game was watching and was like, oh no, they noticed.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna blame my hair being in the face for that one.
Excuses.
What is the fastest way for me to get up? Probably over here. Okay. I don't know why I had a fear that it wasn't going to work again. I don't dare know what the timer's on right now.
You're a little bit over the estimate, don't worry.
So, charge strikes are the best. And I'm going to hit them above her because while the Soul Cutter hitting does do damage as well, it uses up magic, which will lower our damage, so avoid that. This is the slowest attack she can do, but you can still do some hits.
And that was the sound of the halfway mark.
Yeah, time will
So
be
we're
soon.
getting very close to time.
Since she's close, I'm just going to spam.
And there we go,
Time.
that's time.
Okay, that was not really pseudo 100%. It sort of was. It was a pseudo 100%, if you want to call it that. Thanks for watching. I'm glad I got to show this game off. I've been getting really into it over the last year. It also feels good to be here at Warwick. It's very nostalgic because I used to be a student here. But yeah, thanks for watching, and come back in a couple hours to watch Matt play Celeste with the Donkey Kong bongos, because that's going to be very silly.